Good evening, Pastor Johnny.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening po.
Good evening. Let me see because
Po?
I haven't tried using this one. So let's see how does it look like. So, should I use the video
Masyadong marinig. Sorry po, wait lang ah.
Hello.
Pastor Johnny, di ko narinig yung sabi niyo kanina.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear?
Yeah, opo. Sorry, I don't have I don't have earphones. I'm still outside.
You're still outside
Yeah.
in the cafe or in the
I'm
restaurant?
inside Starbucks here in Manila Bay.
Okay.
I'll be hosting for tonight lang. I'll be opening the
Okay.
floor. Charot. I mean, opening this series.
The series.
Kumusta po? Kumain na po kayo?
Yeah. Done now. How about you guys? How about you? Finish?
Yeah,
Or not yet?
already ate po. Ano na, magti-tea na ako. Tea. Hot tea.
Hot tea.
Rinig naman po ako, pastor, ng loud and clear.
Yes. It's clear.
Yay. Praise God. Even if I'm outside.
Yeah. Actually, walang background so far.
Oh, wow. Pero may mga batang nagtatakbuhan here.
Yeah.
In fairness.
Yeah.
I think some would log in around 8:30 po talaga.
Yeah, it's okay. We just finished checking with Erica because Erica is in Los Baños already.
She's there na po?
Yes.
Sometimes I will visit her. I'm near Los Baños.
Yeah, you are in Binyan?
Yes.
There is a Lasal right there.
Lasal, yeah, in Canlubang po, Pastor.
Okay. Because the roommate ni Erica's I think the brother, the sister are in that Lasal.
Oh. Yeah. My brother finished his senior high school in Lasal, Canlubang.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be graduating this Saturday.
Okay. Grade 12?
Yes po. College na siya this year.
Oh, okay. So the same with Josh.
Yeah, Pastor John.
Josh already starting.
Yeah, also my brother in De La Salle, Manila.
Okay. So, tabi lang siya.
Po?
Josh is in Benil, so just across.
Oh, yeah. Ay, oo nga pala. I remember when we are talking last time in the retreat po, nabanggit.
He's starting class already, so I think first week. Going to second week already.
Excited na sila mag-college. Where's Pastora, Pastor John?
Doing
Work.
house chores.
Oh, hi
He
Pastora.
just came back from Los Baños yesterday.
Yeah, okay. Because of Erica.
Yeah, she commuted taking bus.
Oh, that's far.
No, from Los Baños, Olivares Mall to Cubao. So it's very cheap. So only one ride. So it's up to Cubao, 2.5 hours. Because this Saturday we are going to pick up Erica.
Again,
Yeah, that's why.
because of the schedule in UP.
Yeah, because still
Ah,
hybrid.
That's why.
No, because,
if no classes,
Till
she
Friday.
has to go home.
Yeah, weekend. She will be here. Unless because he dropped the, I think NS the what you call that, the ROTC.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he will be there also on Saturday. So usually, how many will be joining Jam? Mang?
I think we're around less than 20. Tama ba, Ayatin? Nag-aaya pa ako no? Tama ba, Tim? Yeah, less than 20. But I think we have viewers in YouTube and Facebook. Try to log in here into
So Tim is also the like the coordinator in NES.
Sorry po. Ano po 'yon?
Is Tim also like the in charge in NES? Okay. The IT side. So you are in college or working, Tim?
Mukhang college, Pastor John.
Because I didn't see his face, so...
Ay, oo nga. Ewan ko kayo Ayatin, bakit hindi nagpapakita ng face here in Zoom?
Yeah. Usually the IT like
Ang
that.
Ang nakikita natin is the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, but because that's the first time, and then it's so many, so I don't see. So which one or which?
Aya Stephen is here na. Hello, Aya.
Hello.
Good evening po.
Good evening, Stephen.
Good evening.
Aga ni Pastor Johnny.
I'm just afraid to be late.
Yeah, true. Where are the others kaya?
If it's too early, I can just log out first. Then I will come in.
That's fine. That's fine, Pastor. I'm just kidding you.
Parang walang naka-post dun sa sa home na yung link. YouTube lang.
GC. Yeah. Oo nga. 4 pa lang. 3 pa lang tayo, guys. And si Pastor Johnny. Pinaghandaan ko pa man din yung hosting ko. Joke lang.
May talent fee also.
Yes, the talent fee is the talent also. The joke lang. Yung talent fee ko, ano na lang, in cash. The joke lang. Supposed to be 8:35, we would run the 10 minutes countdown, but I think the others are not yet here.
It's okay. May I know what is the NEST means? Jam, do you know?
Ayatim? I forgot na.
Okay.
I think they would come in around 8:45. You're on mute, Pastor Johnny. Ano po yan?
At least I can get to know some of them,
Yeah.
some of the members.
Okay.
I think I think the speakers last week is Stephen and you, right?
Opo.
Because I have to swap because
We switched dates, Pastor Johnny. We switched dates.
Yeah,
The
thank you. Actually, I told Pastor Chris, I say maybe no need. You can just get another speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Pastor Chris say also it's okay. They are willing to swap us. Okay. Jam, who are you with? Sherwin is there? Is Sherwin there?
No po.
Ano?
Ako na lang po, box ko. Ay, Pastor Johnny, sorry. Yeah. Ako na lang. Sherwin, hindi po kami nagkita today. He is not feeling so well. I'm still heard po, no? May mga children lang here.
Yes, no.
Hello, Achita Hira. Anaya Stan.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Nasa restaurant ka
Recording in
ngayon?
progress.
Po,
Nasa restaurant ka?
nasa coffee shop lang po sa Starbucks.
Coffee shop. Okay.
Nagawan po ng paraan.
Buti naman.
Akala ko
Ang
nga,
galing,
Chito. Ano lang, apologies for my voice.
Yep.
Kasi wala po akong earphone, so naka-speaker lang.
It's very clear naman.
Pinatahimik ko po muna yung mga nagko-coffee dito.
Mga nagkaka-coffee.
Sabi ko kasi
Buti
medyo
masunurin.
may important event lang ako tonight, guys.
May show lang ako tonight.
Para kay Pastor Johnny talaga to. Nagpa-quiet. Teacher yarn. Sige po, let's just wait for team? 3 minutes. Wala pa yung iba.
Si Stan and Tahira are business woman also and businessman. Sila?
Opo.
Oh.
Si Aya Stan po yung...
Hi, hello, Pastor. Yeah, yes.
I think you are the first speaker.
Sorry?
Hey, first speaker.
Yeah, I'm the first speaker. Pastor.
No, that's why I said, when I said the name, okay. Si Stan.
Ang rinig po, first president. Charot.
First president.
Joke lang.
Ay, pala kasi
Pero ano naman, recorded naman sa live naman ito. So,
marami naman
maraming reach natin. Normally, mga nag-attend ganito lang rin talaga. Mga ano lang eh. Tayo lang. Tapos sinishare outside.
after recording.
Pastor, nasabihan ka rin, no? May if ever pwede ka after nito naman, i-interview ko sa podcast ng 412. Nasabihan kami ni Pastor Chris.
Actually, he did not inform me, but I saw the recorder of Steven being interviewed and Jam also.
Yeah. Actually, so after nito, meron pa tayong isa. Tapos sila Pastor Sherwin naman, saka si Jessica naman ang mag-interview.
Yeah.
Tapos recorded
In
siya.
person, Pastor John.
In person? So I will go there or they will come here?
In Kairos Coffee, they do it there.
Okay.
For the Spotify account po. In collaboration with 412 Youth and Next. So,
who designed Stan? About the topic? Are you the one? Or
napag-usapan namin yan nung last meeting. So ito yung series ng financial. Tapos
okay.
na lang kami, branch ng mga topics na lang.
But I think you know better than me.
No. Well, of course, lahat naman, pagdating naman sa financial, yun nga rin, wala naman talagang di ba? Parang someone knows, di ba? So talagang every input is really very, very helpful. So, kaya thankful talaga, Pastor, na tinanggap mo. Mas magandang ibang perspective.
Actually, I told Pastor Chris I was hesitant because my experience is not much, but since given the chance, I would like to share what I have learned because I'm still also a student of learning in this matter, in this journey also.
Yeah, everyone naman. Lahat naman kami rin eh. Actually, it's more of ang goal talaga nito is to really help out lang din yung mga mas mas mga beginners, yung mga youth, mga ganun. Yun lang naman din talaga yung goal. At least kasi 'di ba? Very minimal lang rin yung mga ganito or na-reach out. So, yun rin kaya namin ginawa rin yung gantong series na to.
It will be my pleasure if my sharing will be benefiting to them.
I'm sure naman. I'm sure, Pastor. Thank you for this accepting this itong talk.
It's an honor for me to be part of this series also. This is something that is close to me also, like about finance. How can we help the young people especially?
Yeah. Yun nga eh. Pero paano nga after nito pag-usapan rin kung paano rin ma-reach out ma-reach ng series na to to some bigger crowd pa. Ang good thing lang is naka-recorded na siya. So at least magagamit na natin siya paulit at sa mga iba-ibang sa mga iba pang crowds na sana ma-reach out. Hoping.
Yeah. And there's because as long as recorded, people can just listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two of you are running business together with Tahira.
Yeah. Business actually business ako sa export and import ng mga seafoods. Yan yung main business ko. Yeah, tapos yun nag-branch out.
So mostly that is what people need, food, seafood.
Actually lahat ng ewan ko nga yun rin binigay siguro ni God kasi may bakery tapos yung online sa food din. Siguro yun nga dahil rin doon nag-branch out lahat sa food. So thankful naman.
I think the business for food is doing well naman despite of the pandemic.
Yeah. So far sa food, okay, lalo naman sa seafood. Yung lang kasi may mga rin kami, parang nagsusupply kami sa mga hotels and restaurants. So, example yung bakery and mga iba, medyo tinamaan ng pandemic. Pero other business naman, medyo okay naman, stable naman.
Yeah, so the Lord has given a diversifications to your business, so it can help.
Yeah. Thankful. Actually, thankful naman ako kay God. Actually, dahil naman sa pandemic, nag-start kami ng online. So, online na yun sa naging maganda naman yung labas din. So,
yeah. So, when he closes the door, he opens a window.
yeah. Yun nga eh. Yeah, so, very thankful.
I think it's 2 years plus, right? So the pandemic, so even the business is really trying to pick up. Yeah.
So, actually, medyo bumabalik na eh. Medyo bumabalik na tayo.
Yeah, it seems like walang pandemic.
Almost wala na. Almost wala na. Yun na lang, yung mga recession na lang, yun na lang yung saka yung high cost, sobrang taas ng cost eh. Yun yung concern. Doble.
I think how about Tim? Tim is working or also doing business siya? Si Tim. And I think Steven also is an entrepreneur, right? Steven?
Yeah, Pastor.
Working. Audit. Okay. So in the seafood. Okay. So bakery. So Binondo full of food. food business.
Siya yung IT. Siya yung
Ah.
gumawa ng mga systems namin dito.
Ah.
So,
Okay. Si Steven, also related to you? I mean, in the same business?
No,
Or iba?
professionally, ako, engineer sa
Engineer. Sa
Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you based in Singapore?
Yeah, I'm based in Singapore.
Okay. But you are a Filipino? Filipino
Uh,
citizens? Or is not
Chinese.
Filipino
Chinese
Chinese?
ako.
Yeah, okay. So do you know my background already?
Not really.
Not really. So actually I'm Indonesian Chinese.
Oo.
Yeah, actually I'm not a Filipino citizen also.
Pareho tayo.
but I'm here for 22 years already, so it's like my third home.
Wow.
Pero ano naman kasi ako, natural born ako sa Pilipinas.
Okay, so sa engineer sa Singapore, so it's Singapore also is the place that like what we call we studied there, and then that's where I met my wife.
Nice.
Yeah.
Buti naka-adapt kayo, Pastor, here in the Philippines, no?
Actually, in the beginning, it's major shocking because Singapore and Philippines is totally different in 20 years ago. But Philippines and Jakarta is almost similar, but major scary in the Philippines because at the time very famous for the kidnapping. So that's the things that being heard. Yeah, but not surprising also because my wife family didn't even know where is Jakarta, where is Indonesia. They don't really know about it. So it's the same.
So,
Okay.
pastor, yung wife nyo is Filipino?
Yes, a Filipino Chinese. Yeah, from Cebu.
Oo.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we met in Singapore for 3 years, and then we went home. She went back to Cebu, and I went back to Jakarta to serve for 1 year before I came to Cebu. Since year 2000, yeah, until now, in the Philippines.
So, Pastor, you like Cebu or Manila better?
I was born and grew up in the big city, so I prefer big city. Cebu is too small, and all my wife relatives are there. So, in the Chinese family, so many social gatherings, so many functions. So we cannot say no. So we need to appear. So it's better being in another place. So we will be missed. Yeah, and also God called us for doing a different ministry. When we came to Manila, we do campus ministry before. Yeah.
Pastor, totoo ba na yung bangko ng Indonesia is Singapore?
Okay. What is it?
No, I mean yung mga Indonesian nilalagay yung pera sa Singapore.
Yes. Because before, I think Indonesia is not that what do you call it? Not as progressive as now. So that's why now. But I think the President Jokowi asked the Indonesians, Chinese, the businessman to put the money back in the country. So that's why Singapore is having a problem. Pull out all the money. Yeah. So thank you, Steven. So that at least I get to know you. And si Stan. Okay, si Tim.
Yeah, thank you rin for sharing.
Okay.
Tim, ready na tayo, no? Tim? So, Jam, ready na rin, no?
We can start na po, no?
Pastor, ready ka na, no?
Ready or not? Yeah.
Pastor
Okay,
John, you have your own PowerPoint to share
Yes,
later.
yes, yes, yes.
Sige
Just
po.
share the
Uh,
co-host na lang.
let's make Pastor Johnny co-host na lang po. Alright? So, no more 10 minutes countdown.
Yeah,
Alright?
start
Again,
na, start na.
sige. I'll start na po. Again, good evening everyone. How's your night so far? Okay naman, kumain na po ang lahat.
Yeah, oo.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Ang bilis per month na, no? Apologies if I'll be having technical difficulties or yung voice ko kung hindi nyo man po rinig or kayo man yung hindi ko marinig since I'm still outside tonight. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in here in our Zoom. Again, welcome to the last installment of our series, The Art of Financial Freedom, Investing Properly. I just want to say hi to our YouTube viewers, meron na ata. And of course, this is live on Facebook. Hello, guys. Sana sa susunod, we can see you here in Zoom. All right. I am so honored to be your host for tonight and excited on what our speaker would discuss later. Is everyone excited to hear our speaker talk about investments? Diba? I think we all do. Sino ba namang hindi ma-excite no to learn more paano natin mai-invest yung ating pinaghirapan na pera or our hard-earned money. All right, but first, would you agree with me that the last three series have been so helpful and informative? Of course, it is also relevant to the current finance season that we are in. Because of the pandemic, we are really checking what's the best thing to do with regards to our finances. And it was last July when we launched and started the series. Thank you to the Nest family, diba? How time flies ngayon for last installment na tayo. And of course, through the first session with Aya Stanley, Mr. Stanley Cheng, he discussed and answered questions revolving around money mindset and what is really the definition of financial freedom that made us all think, what is it that it tells us about being financially ready in all circumstances, and the topic is really relational to everyone. And of course, sorry, Tim, can you share the PowerPoint? Apologies, I have to pause for a moment. I can seem to see the PowerPoint. Ito pala. Yan. Yan. Pakita natin yung ating nagagwapuhan and nagagandahang speaker. Thank you. Naka-phone kasi ako. Ito na pala. So, yun. The next topic naman after kay Aya Stan was all about budgeting and saving from Pastor Justin Boy. It was also a very informative and detailed discussion that we grasped so many ideas on how to do our budgets and how should and could we save. You know, big income or small income, we really need to put a portion of that in our savings and emergency funds, and also even in our retirement. So third, the last month also, we talked about debt and credit card management. The speaker is Aya Stephen and yours truly. And ang dami rin po nating natutunan, no? It has given us methods and tips on how we can manage debt, and also had the chance to talk about the good and bad of it and the benefits of using the credit cards, diba? So the three series has been so helpful to all of us. So thank you to all our speakers na nandito tonight. Marami pong salamat. We are all blessed to learn from everyone, each and every one of you. So if you missed it or want to revisit all these topics that we had for the last three series, the recorded live version is all available on our YouTube and Facebook channel, Home Church. I think you can see it now. Yan, in the screen. Of course, there's more. We also have the podcast version of it where more questions are answered in collaboration with the 412 Youth Philippines. It is now accessible in their Spotify account and is also uploaded in FB. I think the first series is already uploaded and they are now working with the second one. All right. On that note, this one also will be uploaded on the mentioned platforms, and we are currently live. Inuulit ko, we're currently live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to tune in, you can watch via YouTube and Facebook. And of course, feel free to share the link with your friends and your family. You may see the link if anyone could share the link in the Zoom chat. Yan, baka kaya ni Anya team i-share yung link if ever. I really want to apologize. Naka-phone lang ako. I can't seem to help and put the link on the chat. But yeah, that's it. Are you guys ready for our last session for this series? So hello again sa YouTube. I think they are answering me. Hindi ko lang sila naririnig. So let's now proceed to our main discussion for tonight. We will hear all about investments and how can we invest properly and where we can put our hard-earned money for safe investing. So if you have any questions while listening to our discussion, please don't hesitate to send through our chat room or you may raise your virtual hand. All right, I am so thrilled to finally introduce our speaker. So without further ado, our speaker was born and grew in Jakarta, Indonesia. He's married to Pastora Elaine and has two wonderful kids, Erica and Josh. He has been helping the in-laws business for more than 10 years now here in their Manila branch. He has been a financial advisor for 4 years already, and he loves to travel with family and friends, loves to share knowledge to others, learn about health, travel, and financial matters. Let us all give a warm virtual applause to Pastor Johnny Benjamin. Thank you, Pastor Johnny, for tonight. The floor is yours po.
Thank you, Jam, for the opportunity and the warm welcome from the Nest family. It's such an honor for me to share my journey as a so-called in the finance. So let me. I think when I was invited to speak on this matter, actually I was thinking investing properly is the topics, right? So I say investing properly. Is it investing properly in this world or in the world to come? So and then through the series that I have seen, I saw that we will focus on the more on the what you call that investing in this world. Okay, so but maybe I'll just share my PowerPoint. Wait, let me share screen.
Pastor Johnny, bakit ako yun?
You are the one who share, ba? Can I share my PowerPoint?
Yes, opo. Yan na po.
Already na? This is the one?
Yes po, we can see it already.
Okay, so I'm afraid that I'm not able to let you guys see. So let's.
There. Yan
Okay.
po.
So actually, what I prepare is wait, maybe it's too big. So investing properly, what I gather the materials is just from adopted from MoneyMax, and also some materials online from the HSBC, just from the online. So it's not really that something I write about. Mostly what I share tonight, it's from what I learned along the way. Yeah. So what is the meaning of investment? Uh, we know that money doesn't grow on trees, right? So it can definitely grow if you know how to invest your money wisely. So an investment is an asset or item that is purchased with the hope that it will generate income or will appreciate in the future. So the two keywords to remember when we talk about the investment is really time and appreciations. So as we know that this time, I think what happened to our country and the things that happen in the world, we know that the current economies in the Philippines also is not getting better. I think any of you can share with the floor or with me, uh, how is the inflations in the Philippines now? Is it very high or okay, manageable? What do you think, guys? Nobody is answering, but it's okay. uh, the the inflations is pretty bad. I think now is pretty high. So I think the cost of living in Manila is getting more and more expensive. I think from the floor that I earlier share and got the informations like the things that we are having now is almost double. So before is maybe it's only just 50, now it can be 100 because of the inflations. So the goal of any investment vehicle, one thing for sure what we want to know is to grow your money over time to overcome the inflation rate. Are we all agree with this? I believe we all agree because the hard-earned money that we have, we need to make sure not only just we save it, but we need to save it. Hopefully, it can grow better and overcome the inflation because that's something that we really hope it can really uh, work for us while we are still working. So the money that we set aside, we can let it grow. So that is the investment, but it will not grow that fast because we know if we put in the bank how much money that how much is the interest. Usually, it's very minimum. I think sometimes below than I think not sometimes. Most of the time, it's below than 1%. So it's and if the inflation rate is 2%, so how could our saving cope up with the inflation? So the goal of the investment is we need to find a vehicle that can help to grow our money through time so that it can overcome the inflation rate. So that is the, I think, something that we need to learn how to put our money in the proper investment. So why do we invest? We know that the saving the saving rates are going up, but they don't really match the inflation. That's why many people choose investing to help them plan for the future. Uh, I still remember. I actually to just today when I talked with my coworker, uh, when I was talking to him, I asked him, "Do you still remember how much money that you pay for one sem in one particular school?" And he told me, I think at that time, I think around 1990. I think some of you maybe are not yet born, or maybe it's already born, still young. So he told me it's around 7,000. But now, if you ask the student who study in that school, guess how much is uh, the fee, the school fee? When I found out, it's almost, I think, almost 12 times. So it's around from 7,000, now it's around 80,000. So it's something that in just a span of 20 years, the rate of the school fee is getting more expensive. So I think if we know the four top school, I mean the private school like Ateneo, UST, uh, and LaSalle, or even Benil, or some other UNP, they're all very expensive. Maybe if you have children now, by the time they will go to college, it's going to be very expensive. So that's why we need to start as early as possible. The savings that we have, we need to put it in the proper vehicle that it can help generate the income to meet our goal. So investing means setting some of your money aside for the future and putting it to work for you. So when you invest, you're buying into something you believe will increase in value over time. Investing has the potential to generate a better return than a saving accounts. That's why we want to invest on some other vehicle that is better than the saving account. I think some of you, those who are in the business or already learn about how to invest, then you can know, at least slowly, to learn how to put your money to uh, grow better. It will be able to overcome the inflation rate. So, but one thing that we know, that while your money is not locked away, you should be prepared to set it aside. The money that you have for the investment, you need to make it, usually it won't grow so fast in just like 1 year. So usually we put our money in the investment, so at least for 5 years, to give the best chance to grow. Because like kanina ng earlier is time and appreciation. So the longer our money put in certain particular vehicle, we hope it will continue to grow better. But remember, investment is not only just risk-free. You know, there's a different kind of investment. Later, we'll talk about it uh, through this talk also. Keep in mind, the value of any investment can jump around. So this is the one. So you cannot get back less than you put in. Meaning, sometimes the investment that you think can grow better, but because of the current market or situations, or because of the pandemic, like what happened, the money that we put maybe become lesser than what we expect. So, but do not be discouraged, because just let it grow, let it be there, and let it continue to grow. And in due time, when the market is getting better, it will be picking up. And I think if you see the Philippine current economy now, I think it's getting better, and people spending more, and business is coming back. So meaning the power to spend is coming to the, before pre-pandemic. So I think we all agree, if you go to the mall, or even now go to the coffee shop, there are many people there already. Before, I think it's very few. I still remember when 2 years ago during the pandemic, it's all very quiet. But now I think it's already Bibo and it's alive again. So we are happy that the business is coming back. So meaning we hope the investment that we put, it will continue to grow. So what can you invest in? Well, from the common types of investment, we can put in the gold, property, or shares. Sometimes we can put in the art, wine, or cryptocurrencies. I think some of you have heard about this one, the cryptocurrency. And I think this is the latest one, the one that I know, because it doesn't it's not there during my time. Only just the recent one. I think the for the past 5 years, I think. So, but we will not talk about this because it will be. I think cryptocurrency is very volatile, so it's not something that we want to prioritize for now as the beginners, because you need to study and study to know which one will you put. So let us focus only the two well-known ways to invest. Okay, that is the funds and the shares. So what are the funds? Okay, so funds are the ready-made basket investments. So when you invest in funds, you are buying into mix of assets, which may include shares, properties, and also government bonds. So funds save you from trying to pick individual investments that you think will perform best. The great thing about funds is you are not putting all your eggs in one basket. Instead, your money goes into a range of investments. This is known as a diversifications, and that's what we want when we do the investment. We need to diversify it. It's not only just in one fund, but we want to make it in different funds. And it can be an effective method for spreading your risk. Remember, investment comes with a risk, so that's why we want to spread our funds to different, so that it can be balanced. So if one fund is not working, but one fund is performing well, then it will be better for our investment. That's because in some funds, if the fund perform badly over a certain period, others may perform well. So this is our hope. But of course, as the investor, we hope and pray that the funds that we put, they're all performing well. But it's just like in the business. Sometimes the business will go up, sometimes the business will not doing well also. So we hope that by learning of certain things while we are studying, the best method for us to learn the investment is to study the things, the shares or any kind of investment before you putting your money into it. So we need to be diligent, to learn about things, and the earliest time for us to investment is usually when I talk to even my children. I say, if you have money, you can start putting your money in the certain investment, just a small amount, so that it can, we have the discipline to put it aside, and we will not touch it, and it will continue to grow. Okay, so we are talking about the funds. So there are main types of fund. There's an active or the passive. So the active is the multi-asset fund. Usually is run by a professional fund manager who chooses which shares, bonds, on other assets to hold and monitors them on your behalf. So usually we pay the professional fund manager to choose which shares or bonds or assets to hold and monitor for on our behalf. So usually we pay the fund manager's expertise with the aim of receiving returns which outperform the market, because they are really professional fund manager. So usually they will do their job. That's why we paying the what you call it, the fund manager's fee, so that they can see the market better. So one of the like the fund managers just run the, I think in the international is like JP Morgan. So one of the known fund managers that some of the insurance company are using it also as the fund manager nila. And the second one of the fund is the passive fund or index fund that simply follows or tracks a given market or index, as there is a no active involvement from the fund managers. So this one is no fund managers involved. So this one is just put in the passive funds. So usually charge less in fees. So which is better? So there's pro and cons. Okay. Type of funds. Usually meron risk involves. Funds vary in risk from cautious funds at the lower risk and on the scale to the adventurous at their higher risk end. If you're younger, you have more time on your side, so you can ride out any turbulence so that you might want to consider a more adventurous fund. If you're still young, you want to play with your fund and hopefully you want to have a higher return. So, but usually when higher return, usually with the higher risk. So usually that comes with it. As you get closer to retirement, when you are already 50 above, so you want to put your investment in the lesser risk, so you could have less time to recover from any dips or to be more conservative fund that may be appropriate. So there is a risk, the higher risk and the lower risk. So usually the higher risk is usually the young people wants to take the risk more, and that's why they put their funds to those funds that are really like a roller coaster. While the other one, they want to have a more stable, usually lesser risk and also lesser income. And the second one is of kanina is funds, and now is the shares. So the shares are units of ownership in a company. When you buy shares, this is usually known as stocks. You are effectively buying a small stake or small shares, a small stocks in a company. So companies sell shares to raise money, which which then they use to expand their business. Investors, non-shareholders, are then free to buy and sell some or all of those shares on the stock market at any time. So if the company performs well or expected to perform well, demand for its shares will generally increase, pushing its shares price up. If the company does or expected to do, like for example, badly, its share price will generally drop. So interest rates and the wider economy can also have an impact on the share price. I still remember when some Philippine fund managers sharing about the year 2020. It's quite a very scary year at the time, but we thank God that the performance of the Philippine economy is getting better, so that people will not lose a lot of money because of what happened with the pandemic. We are thankful to the situation now. Everything is getting normal, and maybe it's performing better, the Philippine market. Uh, as a shareholder, the value of your investment rises and falls with the share price. So while the money you invest has potential to grow, it could also fall in value, so you may get back less than you invest. So if the shares that you bought is not performing well, it can be lesser that the money that you can, when you exchange it for the cash, it's going to be lesser. But again, if we let it grow, let it stay longer, maybe it will going back to the previous situations, or maybe it will be outperform the market. And I remember during the previous president, Philippine economy is getting better. I think even before that, also during the late President Pinoy, it's also the Philippine index is better and continue to grow. And then, but it goes down during the pandemic, and now I think it's going back again to perform better. So, what do you want from an investment? I think we know that there are two main ways you might make money from the investment into from the shares or from the funds via growth as known accumulations or via income. So meaning uh, when you put the investment, you put the interest back to accumulate, or you want to put it back, or you want to get it as your income. So if you are considering funds, this means choosing between an accumulations or income fund. So with the accumulation fund, the income generated is reinvested within the fund, meaning whatever you have from your principal, when you have the interest, you put it back so that it will continue to grow. So your investment would be more likely to grow in value over time. So some of the young people usually prefer this one to put it back together so that it will continue. While those already in the more retiring age, like my parent-in-law, when they want to put money in their investment, they want to have an income fund so that every month or every quarter they'll receive a fund that can be paid directly to them, which they can use it because their time in this world is is not as long as when they are younger. So younger, you want to put your investment, to continue to grow so that when you're old, you will be able to get a better investment and you can retire better. So once for the income fund, this one is meaning you put a certain fund, but that fund will not be invested back, but it will be the interest will be paid back to you on a regular basis, like monthly, quarterly, or semi-annual or yearly. So I think this one usually when you're already old, then you will. But maybe some of the young people they want to use it also from their investment. Okay. When we talk about shares, there's about growth versus income. So investing for growth could be good if you are able to invest over a longer period. Okay, and as accumulation funds may provide you with greater returns in the long term. Whereas investing for income could be a good shorter term strategy if you're nearing or in retirement, as I mentioned earlier. So by choosing funds that pay dividends could receive regular payments to boost your existing income or pensions, like for your pensions or your spending monthly for your maintenance or vitamins or are not covered by your regular expenses. So you can get more income from this fund. The instead of making your investment grow, you can put it back where you can withdraw it as the income, as a paying fund to you. So if you're considering shares, you also need to decide whether you're investing with the aim of achieving either growth or income. So you just need to decide you want to put it back or you want to use it as you want to get it as an income. So keep in mind, investing in shares can take a lot of research. Okay, so you need to hold a balance of different stocks to mitigate the risk of losing money with one particular company. So again, when we talk about investments, we need to study, and it's not like you become an expert about the investment overnight. All of us become an expert through times, through diligence. You will not be able to graduate from your high school if you don't really pass through those stages of learning, like from preschool, grade school, junior high, and then go to senior high. Then that's the time you can graduate. So the same way, like the investment will start from the very small, from the things that maybe you just learn about this. So like just buying stocks or like that. So or when you already become more expert, you can go to the more volatile, like uh, the cryptocurrency, which for me, I'm totally uh, not going to put so much on that because it's so volatile. But maybe some of you are interested. So before you enter in investing on those matters, you need to make sure that you studied well. So is investing right for you? I think this one something that we need to think about before we even start about our investment or starting our if we are ready for investing our money on certain things. So number one, we need to know what is your current financial positions. So if you we are talking about the I think financial freedom, the credit card management, and those matters. So make sure before you even start putting your money in the investment, you need to clear all your debts, okay, or your loans, so that you should pay them off. So that after that, then build up some savings, because uh, before we even start investing, we need to know that we need to have emergency fund. Usually, how many months? Yeah, usually it's worth 3 to 6 months of your living cost. So if your living cost is 50,000, maybe too expensive, mga 25,000 or 20. So you for the emergency fund, it's like we never know, like the pandemic hit us, and suddenly we have no work. So we should be able to have an emergency fund that we can use during those times. So before you're investing, so you need to make sure you have emergency fund, because when we talk about the investing, how long it will take minimum 5 years, yeah, so that it can grow. So you cannot touch that investment. Otherwise, once you touch it, the money it's going to be you are in the losing end. So you need to make sure before you even start, clear up all the debts from your credit card if you have, or the loans in the bank. Okay, so before you start investing, so make sure you have 3 to 6 months your living costs first. So if there and this way you have money available to cover unexpected costs without needing to dip into your investment. Okay, so for the younger generations, you need to make sure you need to have that, especially those who are starting to work. Okay, so that when the times bad come, hopefully it won't happen again. But one thing for sure, in this world, we are not very sure what will happen when the pandemic will hit us again, because maybe it's not in this past, and for in the next 20 years or 25 years. From the history, we see like every centuries there will be a big pandemic. So maybe this is the time that we will pass the situations, but we are not sure when it will end, this pandemic, because it's already 2.5 years, and still the case is still rising. So we need to be able, before we even start talking about investment, we need to make sure we have enough money muna to have living expenses. Okay, how is your current financial positions? And after that, you need to set the goals. What are your goals? If you're trying to build up enough money to cover the cost of a new car or holiday or wedding in the short term, then investing is probably not the right option. Okay, so usually how many years? At least 5 years. So For those of you who start the family, or even uh, just start working, you can put some fund not for your child education, but maybe for your retirement. You can put it, or in the shorter term, maybe you want to buy a car if you don't have. But again, is the car is not the, what you call it, the right option to put in the investment. So it's something that we need to put it in the longer things, like for the retirement or like for child education, even though not it's you don't have the child at the moment, so it's better to prepare it well. So the longer, it will be more flexible later in life. So the sooner you start, the longer you can leave your money invested, the more time it has to grow and recover from any bad periods along the way. So you don't need to spend so much on your as the young people, do not splurge so much on the things that you can save. You can put those splurge money for your investment. We can start, instead of going to the expensive coffee shop, we can make our own coffee. I'm not teasing you, Jama, about this, or those who like to splurge in the what you call it, in eating an expensive restaurant. It's okay once in a while, but do not make it a habit, so that you can have more investment in the future. Also, you can start as early as possible. So, and then how do you feel about the risk? So like what I said earlier, no investment is risk free. So you're putting your money into something that you believe you'll go up in value, but there's no guarantees. You'll be exposed to the uncertainties of the markets, which means the value of your investment can jump and will jump around. So you could get back less than you put in. So with investing, risk and reward go hand in hand. So as a general rule of thumb, higher risk investment, including shares, have the potentials to give you the higher rewards. So lower risk investments tend to equal to lower rewards. You can start by investing very early, very little. So starting small could be a good way to dip your toe in the water. Then you can watch what happens to your investment, and you can invest more later if you want to. Okay, it should be, how is your financial situations? Are you free from that? If yes, do you have the emergency saving funds that in case there's something happen, so you have to spend this emergency fund without getting it from your investment? Okay. Then what are your goals? Is it the short term or long term? So if a short term, do not put it in the investment in the funds or shares. You can put it on somewhere else. If you want to put in the longer term, then you can put it in investment. So are you willing to invest even though there is risk? So the higher risk, the investment, usually it comes with the higher reward. So the lower risk with investment tends to equal to the lower rewards. So I hope what I share is not very technical, but something to think about also. This is the takeaway investing tips for the beginners. So usually investing is for the long term, ideally for 5 years or more. So the higher the potential rewards, so the higher the risk of losses. So you don't need to pick your own stocks. You can put it in the first timer start that is in the investments, investing in funds. So if you do not know about it, maybe you can start with the insurance, because that's one thing that they have a professionals fund managers that can help for you, so that not only just you can be covered for your life, but also to put certain fund for your investment. Okay, so usually I always encourage my the people that I talk to, the first things that you need to have is your insurance. The insurance can cover for your life, and also the same time meron investment that you can benefit from it, because usually in the Philippines not many people would like to invest in the insurance, because they see it's not necessary. But in the past few years, many people are more literate now, so they put it in the insurance because it can really help them. So, and then you don't need to think your funds will grow or not, because there are some people are putting it and taking care for you. Like in certain insurance, they have their own fund managers to really manage, so you do not really think about it. So for me, I think the first investment that I did is getting the insurance for myself, and also then for my family and loved ones. And then after that, I just, since many people will be benefiting through the sharings that I have, so I took the challenge as a financial advisor also. So to help the young people, especially to start and to have their insurance, even though they are still in high school or what, they can just because now the insurance have I think a smaller budget for them that can really help them to start. So make sure the investment that you have, it should be diversified, okay, because diversifications can lessen the impact of one investment if performing badly. So lastly, is start as early as you can, so that your money will have more time to grow. So I know maybe this is not answering all your uh, all your questions about investing properly. At least give you the something to think about the fund and shares, and how we can start by learning all those things. And then we know that these things is not comes very fast. It took me also for some times to learn about this, and right now I'm still learning about, like, since meron fund shares, since the agriculture is doing well, maybe you can think about investing in the agriculture business, or uh, putting up on certain farm and resort or some other things. But we need to study, making sure that you will be able to study and the risk, so that you will be able to calculate it well, so that when you invest and you spend that money for your that particular investment, you can know that it's not going to be difficult for you. You won't regret about that. So I think my sharing is only until here. I think my times is, I think, almost up. It's up already, so I'll just, this is my last slides. Thank you. So you can ask more questions, maybe in the chat. I'm giving back to Jam. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Johnny.
Oh, no more na si Jam.
Ayan na si Jam. Pero
Okay.
she has handed over yung
Okay, si ito.
yung sa akin muna.
Tahira. Hi. Mm.
Hello. Yeah, so for everyone who is listening right now from our YouTube and Facebook platforms, you may submit your questions from to the Google form that we've sent. Also, those inside here in the Zoom link, we have shared the Google form. So we are open to receive any anonymous questions if you're shy. to be identified. Okay. I think there's one question here, Pastor Johnny. Wait lang po.
Okay.
Okay, so from an anonymous question, can you share some personal experiences in investing? Are there any positive or negative effects or results or any experience in investment that we can learn from?
Ah, okay. Actually, since I share with, I think Jam mentioned that I like to travel adventures. I believe Tahira also you like travel adventure, correct? And I think
Yes.
all the young people like all those kind of things. Actually, this is the first. Not I'm not sure it's we call it investment, but I can say my wife and I we discuss about it. Uh, uh, to purchase a certain like shares in the resort, like timeshares. I think you have heard about that one, or you know about the RCI or timeshares in every resort. So we started investing, not really investing. We are thinking and calculating on those matters because since we like to travel, so we decided to, oh, why not, when we spend our money in the hotel, usually expensive, right, per night. So usually if in the timeshares, so it can be what you call it it will be cheaper in that aspect. So we took it actually the fund that we have is just sakto. It's the amount that they offer is just sakto. So when we calculate, I say, oh, I think we can benefit from this since we like to travel. And of course, before we do that, we pray to the Lord and say, okay, this is the right thing. Okay, because we just starting as a family at the time. I think in year, yeah, I think 2003 or 2004. Yeah. So we decided together, and then that's why when you make the investment, you're putting money on. Usually, when you say investment, usually sometimes it's big for the husband and wife. So we need to really talk about it. So if you have boyfriend and girlfriend, or if you don't have a partner, maybe you talk to your parents or your friends before you putting the money on that investment. And then now, after putting that, and then actually we enjoyed the timeshares because that timeshare we can use it in different parts of the world uh, just with the amount that we pay. And if you buy that particular to pay the amount of money in the hotels, it's really it's worth than I mean more expensive. Then we can actually save more when we buy in the beginning in the timeshares. So the two of us are really enjoying, including the children until now. So they are very happy that. But usually it's meron like 20, 40 years. At that time when we bought, is 40 years. But now, if you bought that timeshare, it's only 20. So we were very happy about it. So I could consider that as not an expenses for us, but it's something that it's benefiting for us because we like to travel. So, but there's a good one that we did. But for me, I think I made a wrong decisions in the because if you don't talk with your wife about making us or your spouse or making an investment, that is a mistake. Why? Because you don't really talk and share about it. So it's better, two head is better than one. So that's why. So for Stan and Tahira or whoever have the spouses, so you better talk about it. Maybe you will fight about it, but at the end of the day, you come to an agreement and okay, this is worth to spend, and then this is not expenses for us because this is something that we can enjoy and benefit from it. So that is my personal experience, and there are many others that there's bad and there's good also. So we need to really talk do not make it secretive. Okay. So that because it's when your husband and wife, the money that you have, if the two of us always agree is one, so that our spouse should know. Unless still boyfriend girlfriend, maybe it's not really should discuss about it. But better to discuss is especially something important.
All right. So proper communication with your life partner is also very important when it comes to investing. All right. Another question, Pastor Johnny. How do you earn profit in funds and shares?
Ah, the usually, because I'm not really you can earn the usually when we talk about fund and shares, I'm more familiar with the insurance things, not like directly as an agent in the what you call it, the stock market, because I think you need to. But I know the funds usually, like there's certain funds that will give you shares. Sorry, will give you a cumulative growth to your funds, and also there's fund that is going to benefiting as an income. So meaning from the investment that you have, for those uh, making the income, they'll pay directly to your bank account. So usually when we sign in with the contract, they will tell you the guaranteed yield, like 3.5% or 4.9. So, but it will depends on the market. So I know more those funds and shares usually in terms of the being managed already by the insurance company. But I never have the experience like because it will take so much time to learn about it, because so many technical terms. Like before, I actually I've been telling my wife I want uh, to really buy and sell stocks, like for example, because that is one of the shares, like a stock market. But in order for you to do that, you need to study all those stocks or shares, which company perform better. So it's not an easy things. It seems like easy, but I think they need to learn through times. So for me, I decided not to join those things. I prefer I just put it in my insurance. Let the insurance company do it na. Or if you want to go ng easier, like you in through the bank, like or like bonds, like the bonds, and more things like treasury bill. So that it will be easier for us rather than the fund and shares, because it's more broad. The one that I share is something that I think we need to learn it better. For me also, I just need to learn it more. So I don't really know how to do it in terms like that, but I can only share it from my experience in the insurance company. Yeah.
So any investment instrument or means that you're considering, you have to study before deciding. All right. For from Pastor Chris naman, Pastor Johnny, do you try investing if you only have disposable income, or do you invest some of your emergency savings as well? This is the question.
uh, Again, like what I say, if our fund is limited, so we need to really because it's not really gambling, but you need to really consider which one is more priority, which one is better to invest more, because like what I shared earlier, we need to have emergency fund as much as possible. But now the emergency fund can be, we can use it what, the credit card, right? So if you use the credit card, we can pay it later. So that's what I use for my emergency fund. But of course, I still have some cash in the bank that in case wala na credit card nang can be used, so we can still have some cash. So for me, I will not put it in the investment because that one is a matter of our necessity. That's why I will not jeopardize that in the investment. Is it advisable to make a loan to pursue? uh, uh, so, did I answer Pastor Chris' questions?
Um, I
Or
think I think it's enough validation that there is a certain importance that we should place in emergency savings. So we have to be careful in touching that savings before investing.
especially if you have children, so
Hmm.
it's so I think Stan and Tyra can share also from your experience about that. So,
Later daw po, pwede mag-add. So,
uh,
the next question tayo, Pastor Johnny.
yes, yes, go ahead.
From Stephen, is it advisable to make a loan to pursue an investment?
Uh, okay. Actually, for me, it's possible in comparing to your pay off all those loan. That is so, but usually, actually, trying to invest on certain agricultures, on like a farm, like has avocado, like that. So, but it takes 25 years, right, to be able to earn so much money. I think they promise the yield or interest is around 21%. So yearly, but it will be depend on the market. So, but my wife and I discussing about this, but I told her because uh, we don't own the land or what, so maybe better we put the money on something that it can be longer terms and we can see the physical instead of just earning that one, like buying a property that can generate the passive income. And that's why, like I think Steven mentions about loan to, if you want to buy a house, of course you need to loan talaga, right? So and then use that loan to really as a passive income. Hopefully it can generate more income to pay your loan. So it's possible naman, but you need to calculate it well so that you will not be burdened to pay the loan if your investment will not be able to pay back. I hope it can it give the answer.
Thank you for that, Pastor Johnny. So maybe this will be the last question for the night before we wrap up. What do you advise or what do you recommend to those who are living from paycheck to paycheck? How do they start investing?
Uh, Yeah, I think I recall that Warren Buffett that we should not just live our life by using paycheck to paycheck, right? So we need to think or to look for. Remember, if only just living paycheck to paycheck, the inflation alone, it will going to, drown us talaga. The inflation rate is something that we cannot prevent. It's already happening every year, and it's getting worse. So we need to find a ways that find the investment that can really, what you call it, we need to set aside talaga. Like I think as 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 traditionals or that one, we can set aside 10 to 20% of our paycheck. uh, First, of course, we need to pay to give it to the Lord. 10%, that is already mandatory. We need to give it back to the Lord. And then usually for the saving or investments, we can set aside 15 to 20% of your paycheck. And make sure lang you, for me, the first best thing they need to do is to to buy. If they don't have the insurance, they should buy the insurance from whatever company that will give you. It's already a good move for you. And then after that, if you have more, because the insurance can cover for your life and also make your money grow. And usually the growth in the insurance company is mga, if low, mga 4%, medium is 8, and then if high, 10. But most of the time, I think if you see the insurance company, they perform better than just 10. So sometimes it's more. So we need to buy insurance for yourself, and then once meron na extra, you can more to put investment. And if you can have more passive income, it's better. But passive income is not cheap, right? If you want to buy property or to buy a house, buy a condo to rent it out, it comes with a lot of money. So you need to really save how to be able to do it. The common goal is, do not just live with your paycheck alone. You need to have, if possible, sideline that didn't disturb your main job, and it will help you to put. Just need to start small, because meron ng investment. I think they just start. I think if you know the G Invest, they say they can start by 50 pesos only. Or some like UITF in the bank is 5,000. Or sometimes I think you can put the money in the SSS or Pag-ibig. They start with 1,500. So at least you have something that can generate more income and to cover, to give more interest rather than living paycheck by paycheck without saving properly.
Thank you for answering those questions, Pastor Johnny. It's really very insightful to hear from this talk and from all the other installations of our series. Of course,
Yes, actually, I feel like I should not be the one. There should be more someone who is more expert.
well, in investment naman, meron talaga mas mga professional who are
Yeah,
experts on those
like yeah,
industries or in those field. But our goal really here in this financial series is to inculcate sa mindset ng mga viewers natin what's the correct perspective or way of thinking sa saving, sa budgeting, sa investing. So just to really encourage them and motivate them that it's possible and that you can start
yes,
small,
yes.
baby steps, one step at a time. So I guess hindi na ano naman, mas naging ano talaga, helpful naman yung naging talk, Pastor Johnny. So no worries
Thank
about
you.
that. We are
Yeah,
really grateful that you have spent this time with us. Thank you so much also for those who have attended, for those who are watching from Facebook and YouTube. This will be available on those platforms as well after this time. So, pwede nyong balikan kung ano yung mga na-miss nyo or gusto nyo ulit ma-reminded of sa naging talk ni Pastor John. So that concludes the last installment of our financial series, The Art of Financial Freedom. Guys, please do watch out because we're brewing another set or meron tayong part 2 ng series na to. Kaya we will just announce further sa online platforms natin kung ano-ano yung mga topics under our part 2. So thank you again, Pastor Johnny. Thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
everyone who has attended.
Thank you.
And we will wrap this up. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.